Hi everyone, I am Hector. I have carried out doctoral studies in education. I wonder why this education is important for our society. In other words, I wonder what is the purpose of this education. Today I would like to talk about a specific concept, a philosophical position on hospitality. Do we need one question? Do we need to redefine hospitality? Another question, what is hospitality? Hospitality is a virtue that is exercised from the good reception to foreigner, visitors, pilgrim, needy, and helpless. Well, we live in a society full of many contradictions around power, inequality, and money. An environment in which every day we are less supportive and more selfish. A time in which many people have stopped feeling indignation over social injustices and they hide in indifference. Fronting contents, we need to redefine some concepts that allow us to understand who we are. One of these concepts is hospitality. Although hospitality may be commonly understood as a term that refers to helping the poor or needy, I personally think this way of understanding this concept may be limiting. I believe that certain philosophical theories provide new elements to relate it to aspects of the otherness, the indifference, and the respect for the others. Well, first, many feel that hospitality gives them the ability to have power over things and people. They impose their identity and their way of thinking. The human beings tends to become familiar with the things and the world, and he wants to dominate them. While many may view this argument is flawed, Emmanuel Levinas, a modern philosopher of otherness, found that there are things like the world that affect time and people's everyday life. The world imposes the new order and confronts people with the cruelty. For him, hospitality is a radical way of meeting with other human beings, which allow us to see the face of the other, his suffering and pains that claim for justice. The most difficult thing is that appears unexpectedly, in other words, is the inopportune friend who knocks on the door and asks for our help at midnight. Thus, the other arrived unexpectedly and his face demands hospitality. Well, second, many said that all the pain, suffering, and indifference that they cause to others is just because they are following orders and doing their duty. For example, there is a history in the Bible that says that a man was robbed by bandits who left him almost dead. At the moment, several characters passed through that place, who, for fear of breaking the law, didn't help him. They were following the law. Only a foreigner was able to feel compassion and help him. In the context, I would like to talk about Hannah Arendt, a modern philosopher following the trial of Nazis in Jerusalem, coined the term banality of evil. She pointed out that some individuals are within the root of the system without reflecting on their action or their consequence. In this sense, their actions were operative, automatic, irrational, and rigorous. In other words, an administrative function. In addition, Hannah Arendt pointed out that evil can grow and, and reduce the world to rubble. I believe that it doesn't necessarily imply the end of several forms of resistance that respond to any oppressive systems. After all, hospitality is responsibility with our conscience, freedom, and the desire to transform reality. Well, third, it often argued that all people can recognize the humanity of the other. However, in the concentration camps, Levinas described an anecdote in which a happy dog went out to greet the prisoner who came from war where that animal recognized the humanity that other human beings couldn't see. In this case, the other, the animal, rescued me in the darkness of evil. For the philosopher, hospitality values the encounter with the other who saved me with his presence. In the context, I would like to talk about Agatha Zielinski, an expert in this field. She said that when I had experienced vulnerability, fatigue, and hunger, I can give from my work without expecting the reciprocity. In this way, hospitality implies an ethic of gratuity and the desire to rescue the other. Well, in conclusion, I believe that a philosophical position allows us to see the importance of hospitality. Hospitality recognizes the face of the other and can break the indifference, and it demands respect and responsibility for the other. In addition, hospitality invites us to see and help the other is interesting because it's always the other who saves me when his presence, even when it appears unexpectedly. Finally, hospitality is an experience that reminds us of the vulnerability, the fatigue, and the hunger that we share. Thank you.